To eat or not to eat kind of just made me want a chocolate bar, which I feel like was the opposite intention, but it really did. This is the first segment of the fifth episode of the 15th season of Arthur, and there's this new candy bar out that the kids are going crazy for. And Buster manages to get his hands on the last one in the store, and he has it with him when he goes into the cafeteria at school, and he tells Mrs. McGrady that he's really excited for his dessert and shows her this candy bar. She takes a quick look at it and kind of points out the fact that it's got a lot of chemicals in it. And Buster becomes really curious about this, and he begins to investigate it, and he realizes that maybe there's something wrong with the ingredients in the candy bar. And the whole point of this is that junk food is addictive and, isn't actually good for you, and that sometimes confectionery may market itself as being, beneficial. For example, certain chocolate companies really highlight the fact that they've got a lot of milk in them, and that's really good for you. But when you look at the ingredients, there's also a lot of bad stuff in these various different chocolate bars and other confectionery. And it definitely at least made Buster more aware of what was going on and why it tasted so good. It's not necessarily the fact that it tasted amazing, it's the chemicals in it that make it addictive. And I won't say exactly what happens with this or how he goes about learning more about this, but I liked the progression of the narrative, and I think it's telling a really important lesson. As I said, it kind of just made me want a chocolate bar. It really did. But obviously, I think certainly younger children are not maybe necessarily as mindful about the ingredients and what they're eating as much as they perhaps could be. So I think it could even if just one child takes a more active interest in what they're eating and decides to eat a piece of fruit rather than a chocolate bar for even just one day, it's done a good job. It's not the first time Arthur, as a TV show, has discussed chemicals. There was the episode a few episodes back, might have been in the previous season, where Arthur got the energy drink and realised that it was actually just full of chemicals. And I think any episode that focuses on that is very effective and can certainly have its benefits. I liked this. Yes, it made me want a chocolate bar. Thankfully, I've got enough restraint. Well, I've got enough restraint to not go and get one, but I'm also just too lazy to leave the house and go and get one. So maybe it's not going to have the desired effect every time, but it's an important conversation to at least begin having. And I think they kind of demonstrated this addictiveness very well with how it made some of the children behave. Definitely a really good episode that raises some really important information.